Hello, I'm Dr. Ford. I'm chair of the Department of Philosophy for the Navarro College System, and I would like to welcome you to Philosophy 1301, which is Introduction to Philosophy. I'd like to give you a little bit of introduction about myself, my family, my academic background, but please, whatever you do, after you watch this video, go to the next video. The next video is going to give more information about some specifics in the course, especially course dynamics. Again, I am Dr. Ford. I want to welcome you to this course. I am married. I have a wonderful wife. She works for one of the local pastors here in Corsicana. Also, I have a son and a daughter. My son just recently got married and graduated from Baylor University with a bachelor's in economics. Right now, he is studying at North Carolina State University, getting a master's in analytics in economics. My daughter should be entering the communication design program at University of North Texas this coming spring, and is doing extremely well in the area of art. Again, let me give you just a little bit of background about myself. I have a Bachelor of Science in Education from the University of Texas in Austin. That serves me well, especially in the area of philosophy, because today many out of the scientific area are claiming to be philosophers. For example, Stephen Hawking, in his book The Grand Design, makes many philosophical statements. Also, you're seeing Richard Dawkins coming out of biology. These are making claims in the area of philosophy, coming out from a scientific background. So it's good to be able to converse with them, having had a background in science. My master's and PhD were I got them at the Southwestern Baptist Theological Seminary in Fort Worth, Texas. I was very fortunate there to study with two people. More recently, I studied with John Howe. John Howe is one of the top graduates from the Baylor School of Philosophy. Baylor is an excellent school in the area of philosophy. He was trained and mentored by Stephen Evans, who's one of the top 5 philosophers in his field. The next person I studied, though, was with Yana Woodfin. Dr. Woodfin received his bachelor's from Baylor, again a very fine school in the area of philosophy, and also received his master's at Princeton studying with Emile Carey, who is a member of the French Academy of Arts and Sciences. He later went on to receive his PhD at Edinburgh, which is one of the top 15 schools in the world in the area of philosophy. In fact, it's home of the greatest philosopher of the English-speaking language, that is David Hume. Again, he lived 200 years ago, but again, the finest philosopher to come English-speaking world, coming from Edinburgh. After Dr. Woodfin got his PhD at Edinburgh, though, he went to Cambridge, and there he studied at Malden College with C.S. Lewis. That might surprise you that he was studying with C.S. Lewis, but that's probably because you do not understand the incredible genius and thinker that C.S. Lewis was. C.S. Lewis received 3 degrees from Oxford, which is one of the top 5 universities in the world, and received 3 degrees in 5 years. That is phenomenal, because normally it takes 3 years to receive 1 degree, so it would take 9 to 12 years to receive 3 degrees. He did it in 5 years. His 3 degrees were philosophy, the Latin, Greek languages, also history, culture, ancient cultures, and finally medieval literature, in which he really learned how to interpret text. This is important because as we deal with philosophy, we're going to be looking at a lot of claims that people make in the area of ancient history, morality, etc. And many times they make claims and don't back them up because they do not have expertise in these fields. C.S. Lewis does, as evidenced by his 3 degrees. But what's even more impressive is that he graduated in all 3 degrees with what we would call a summa cum laude. That's the highest grade point you can get. In England, you'd call it he received a first in all 3 degrees. We'd say here he got a 4.0. But anyway, again, just a brilliant thinker, and he has heavily influenced my thought. I mentioned this. Somebody that you'll know many times from coming from in the course of the semester. I try to give a fair balance as we approach these different topics, ethics, aesthetics, etc. And you'll find many that are hostile towards a belief in God or Christianity, and then I want to always balance that out. I do not think it's fair to attack systems with also being able to have those systems be able to defend themselves. One thing I want to assure you, that as you approach this class, you do not have to worry about agreeing with me on anything. You may agree, you may disagree, it doesn't matter. People who agree with me many times make C's and D's and F's. Many people who do not agree with me make A's, do extremely well. All I ask is that you be respectful, not only of me, but I be respectful of you, and we always respect other people's opinions. Challenge them, yes, but always respectfully. Again, welcome to the course. I believe you're going to have a very, very wonderful semester.